Hi, it's Carly McAvoy. I'm doing word problems today, and this one I'm looking at word problems where there's a base amount and then there's a regular incremental increase or decrease of some kind. So in this one it says Alex is being paid $260 per day plus 58 cents per mile to conduct surveys for his company. If his paycheck after 5 days was $1,938 before taxes, how many miles did he drive during that time? So what are we looking for in this problem? We want to identify the unknown, and that is miles. So we're looking for the miles driven. And I'm going to call that M. I always try to use a variable that makes sense to me if I can. And now I want to figure out, well, all together his paycheck was $1,938, and that was made up of his pay per day, and there were 5 days that he was doing that. So I first want to figure out, well, how much did he make just for his pay? 260 times 5 is $1,300. So he made $1,300 for the week, plus he made 58 cents for every mile that he drove. So there's my equation. This is my base amount, and then this is the incremental increase that we were talking about for these problems. So the next thing I would do is just subtract 1,300 from both sides, and that's going to give me 638, and then I would divide both sides by 58 cents because that's going to get me the M by itself. So 638 divided by 0.58 is 1,100. What is 1,100? 1,100 is the number of miles that he drove during that time. He drove 1,100 miles in those 5 days of surveys. Okay, in the second problem, Bailey and Jordan rented a room for $119 per night during their vacation. The taxes assessed during that time was $116.70, and the total bill was $830.70. How many nights did they stay in the hotel? So what are we looking for here? We're looking for N, the number of nights that they stayed, because we're told what it costs per night. The base cost, it's not really a base cost in this one, but there is a set fee that we already know about, and that's the $116.70 that was taxes. But then we know that for every night that they stayed, they were charged $119 for their room, and that altogether it was $830.70. So now all I have to do is subtract this amount from both sides. That's going to give me 119N. I'm going to go ahead and do that on the calculator. 130.7 minus 116.7. And that gives me $714. Well, we're talking about dollars. It gives me 714. And then divide both sides by 119. And if you divide 714 by 119, you get 714 divided by 119. You get 6. So they stayed 6 nights. Wow, I can't write nights. 6 nights. Okay. In the next one, Lindsay wants to rent a truck to move to her new house. The distance from her new house to the U-Haul shop is 45 miles. If U-Haul charges, I wrote U-Haul like that. Funny. U-Haul charges 75 cents per mile, and the total bill before tax is $97.49. What is the flat fee charged for the truck? So we want to know what the flat fee is. I'm going to call that F is the flat fee. That is, they charge you a fee for rolling off the lot, plus they charge you a bunch of money, 75 cents per mile. Okay, we know that altogether her bill is going to be $97.49. You might notice that sometimes I put that on the right, some on the left, because it doesn't matter, and I don't want you to always think it has to be on the right, or it doesn't always have to be on the left. Okay, so she has a set charge. She's going to get charged 75 cents every mile that she drives, plus there's going to be a flat fee. That's the F. That's what we don't know. But how many miles is she driving? So you have to also read carefully when you're reading a word problem and make sure you understand it. She's going to take a U-Haul truck to her new house. Let's say this is where the U-Haul is and this is where her new house is. She's going to drive there. That's 45 miles. Is she going to leave the U-Haul at her new house? No. She's got to drive that back, right? So she's going to actually drive 90 miles. So be careful that you don't just take the numbers as given in the problem and don't think it through a little bit. So what is 75 cents times 90? That is 67.50. And now I'm going to subtract 67.50 from both sides. And that's going to give me $29.99. And that's the flat fee for renting the truck before you even leave the lot. Okay, and one more of those types. Mallory gets 5 reward points for every dollar she spends and 30 points a month for being a loyal customer. Last month she received 11,155 reward points. How many dollars did she spend? Well, what are we looking for here? We want to know D, number of dollars spent. Okay? And what are we going to set that up? We know that overall she earns 11,155 reward points. We know that she gets a base amount every month of 30 points. And she gets 5 reward points for every dollar spent, so that's going to give us 5D. All right, so now we're going to subtract 30 from both sides. And then that's going to give us 1,1,1,2,5. And then divide both sides by 5. And it looks like she did a good amount of spending there last month. What is that? 2,111,125 divided by 5 is 2,225. So she spent $2,225 that month. All right. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time.